Big news coming out of Gamescom today. We got 46 days counting down until we get our hands on Sparking Zero. But the latest build at Gamescom has made some pretty drastic changes. Honestly, one of them is kind of shocking to me. Some of them are pretty minor, but we got to get into this, guys. All right, so first things first, I want to start off by asking you guys what your favorite model in the game is so far. You can give me one or you can give me your top three. I want to engage with you guys in the comments. For me, gonna have to be Super Vegito. I think this I don't know what they did to him. He just looks like a sexy beast. This is probably the best Super Vegito has looked in a game, in my opinion. I'm an old Raging Blast head, and I think Raging Blast 1 had the best models in pretty much all of the Dragon Ball games, with the exception of Dragon Ball Fighters. But for some reason, this Super Vegito, to me, looks even better than he did in Fighters, even though it's Vegito Blue. But damn, look at how clean he looks. I'm definitely gonna have him as one of my 5 mains. Remember, guys, can't just main one character in this one. You gotta have at least 5. It's not exactly a team game, but the team element is there. So you gotta have 5 people for sure. Vegito is gonna be one of my 5. So, question of the video, again, what is your favorite model in the game so far? You can give me 1 to 3. Now, speaking of models, first change we're going to go over today. These models have been refined in the Gamescom build, okay? This is giving us clear indication that what we've been seeing so far is nowhere near final, guys. They're still actively working hard on this game. Here, I'm going to put up some before and after so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. But a lot of these models look really sharp, really crisp and clear and defined. Goku especially, you know, that's big thick Goku, okay? I don't know if the neck has gotten bigger, but this dude's got more definition in the chest, better facial expressions. I know a lot of people have been complaining about the Goku model, saying it's just not their favorite. I think he's looking pretty good here. Same thing with Vegeta, before and after. Definitely some clear, very, very clear changes in the models. And what I love most about this is that they're listening to us. They're hearing some of the people talking about the models and how they should sometimes look a little bit off. They're cleaning everything up, and this is again indication that the game is still actively in development. We don't even know when this build came out, okay? This build could be 2-3 months old, and they just shipped it out to Gamescom just to get people to show this one off. Things are still being actively worked on, so if you're gonna see some things that are gonna pop up here and there in these little gameplay clips leading up to the final release, like for instance here we have Kid Buu using his ultimate move, and the textures are just off on the map. That's not going to happen on the final build, guys. They're going to clean this up. This is still an old build. We're getting a new build soon, but this is still an old build. It's going to look even better when it drops. So definitely nice changes so far. All right, next thing. This is a big one. This actually shocked me. The gameplay is a lot faster. And I mean a lot faster than it was in the last build. And this is excellent. I love it because it's giving that really hyper crazy, flashy presence that I feel like the game needs, and that's what they're trying to go for. So if you take a look here, it's very clear. The game is moving faster and it looks sick. Very sick. I think first when they were looking at the Super Vegito footage that's been coming out, they're like, oh wow, Super Vegito is fast. He's moving crazy. He's got the combos. Look at how fast this guy's moving. And he is moving fast, but it's not just him. It's actually everybody in this build. Everyone is moving quicker and faster, and that's what they want. They want a fast-paced game. Awesome. I'm a big fan of that. Big, big fan. Hey, also, we got some pretty interesting news with the combos. If you remember in Budokai Tenkaichi 3, you can step in after a rush attack. So you do your 5x rush, and then you come in, and then you step, and then you continue with your rush combo. What I've noticed is that you can actually chain up to at least 2 step-ins, maybe even more. It might be 3, I'm not sure, but I can confirm you can do 2. Now, if you remember what I mentioned in my previous video, when I got my hands on the game, it felt like you can combo more easily than you could back in BT3. I think that's pretty awesome because, like I said, it makes the game more accessible to everyone. And I think what they're going for is they're going for that big, flashy game. So they want people to have these big combos and throw these big supers out. So I think making this additional step an option is pretty nice, pretty cool. Oh, another thing we got some footage of, we got to see finally some in-game fusion footage. So if you have Goku and Vegeta on your team, for instance, you can fuse into Vegeta or into Gogeta depending on what you want. Also, it depends on which version of the characters you have. So if it's Vegeta and Goku end of Z, you can go into the end of Z Vegito and Gogeta, and then the same thing for Super Vegeta and Goku. You go into the super variants of whichever fusion you choose. This is pretty sick. We got some pretty cool little footage here. Something that I was thinking of, because I was just watching the Broly movie the other day, wouldn't it be kind of sick if you had some tag team moves too? So you can do the Galick Gun and Kamehameha like they did in the movie. And also it's on Dragon Ball Legends as well. So I don't know if we'll see that in this game, but it was just a little thing that kind of popped into my head I thought would be pretty cool. Got some camera adjustments to the beam struggles. Pretty minor adjustment. Doesn't zoom around as much. It's not rotating around the clash as much as it used to. It's a little bit more relaxed. You get to absorb a little bit more of the details and the struggle. Still dimension breaking. Doesn't matter if you're a Cyberman or Krillin. You're still breaking the dimension because everyone is just that powerful and that crazy in this game. Nice little funny detail. Buhan throws up the middle finger when he's done with his super move. Pretty cool, pretty edgy. I like that. That's a little detail that was missing from the other Dragon Ball games. It's really cool, actually. It makes me want to play with Buhan a little bit more, especially if you want to troll. Because that's exactly what Buhan is, just a big, massive troll. And if you remember in the anime, he used that middle finger before. So pretty cool. Hey, another thing we got, this isn't really big news, but we already know this, but we are definitely getting a hard confirmation here that tournament mode will be an online feature as well. So no surprise there. And again, if you're here on this channel, you better be prepared to enter some of these tournaments I'm going to be hosting when this game drops. They're going to be pretty serious, so you definitely want to stick around and watch out for those. And bad news for the people wanting to see a new character select screen. Unfortunately, they've confirmed it's not going to really change much, so everyone's just going to be looking all over, up and down, left and right for their characters. It is what it is, you know. I think it could change in the future just because at launch it's going to be a little bit different than it is now. Doesn't mean that in the future it won't change into something a little bit more condensed. You know, we've seen this a dozen times on multiple games in the past where they have at launch a certain character select screen, and then as they add more DLC and stuff, things start to change around. So I think I wouldn't rule that out. So this Gamescom build was mostly focused on the Majin Buu saga. We got Super Vegito, we got Buhan, Ultimate Gohan in there. So, you know, you got to see some more of those characters that we weren't seeing in the previous build. Now, my boy Rhymestyle is going to be playing in a couple of weeks. He confirmed a brand new build of the game. So, of course, if you're not subscribed to him, you should be subscribed to him. He's the GOAT. He's the greatest. I wouldn't even be here if it weren't for him. That's my dude. So of course, you better be the first one over at his channel when he drops a brand new video showing the brand new build of the game. He'll be playing that in a couple weeks. He confirmed that himself. So I'm excited to see that. I hope that the new build is going to show off. I'm crossing my fingers for GT. I don't know if they're going to make it in the base game, guys. I don't know. It's looking pretty late, but maybe they might show up. Anyway, guys, hey, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and a comment and subscribe. We'll be covering so much more of Sparking Zero as we get closer to launch. And of course, when we launch, big things are going to happen. You don't want to miss it. Trust me. Definitely tap in, guys. All right. See ya.